It's always something of a gamble whenever an established brand tries to branch out and do something new. Sometimes it proves to be successful. Other times, not so much. McDonald's drink and coffee spinoff Cosmix is one of the most recent examples of a massive brand trying to launch a spinoff and failing, but it's far from the only example. Hell, KFC was trying to launch Kentucky ham and roast beef in the 1960s. It did not go well. And at the height of the COVID lockdowns in 2020, a lot of restaurants were running ghost kitchens. Chuck E. Cheese was running Pasquelli's Pizza, Chili's was running It's Just Wings, and IHOP was running Thrilled Cheese. But in the mid-2000s, one chain dared to break away from their fast food origins in favor of a more premium dining experience. And that restaurant's name was Jack in the Box. They launched a fast casual spin-off called JBX Grill. It only lasted 2 years. Oh yeah, and then Burger King tried to do something kind of similar with the BK Whopper Bar in 2009. Am I really launching my spin-off theme park YouTube channel with a video about a failed spin-off of a fast food restaurant at a theme park? Actually, not even at a theme park, outside of a theme park? You bet I am! I'm Chandler DeRoche, and welcome to Sunnyland Adventures! I feel like Burger King has always kind of been the redheaded stepchild of the big three fast food burger chains, which is ironic considering that Wendy is literally a redhead. And of course, Burger King might just be the second most memed on fast food chain.
Burger cheese, 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 burger cheese. We can do this all day.
Behind Arby's, of course.
Chicken.
We'd like to take a moment to announce that all our food keeps blowing up. Arby's, we have the meats.
And I mean, what else do they have besides traumatizing YouTubers with the meat mountain?
Be careful with that.
Alrighty.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Did she just warn me to be careful with that?
The guy taking my order asked, "Are you sure?" And here we are about to eat the meat mountain.
But Burger King has something that Wendy's and McDonald's don't.
Flame broiler.
Okay, yes, they have that, but they have something else.
Hershey Sundae pies.
Now, besides that,
they're the only burger place where their signature burger doesn't come with cheese, and it costs over $1 to add cheese to a standard Whopper.
With cheese, Mr. Squidward.
Okay, yes, that actually really annoys me. But besides that, they have one of the most enduring slogans in all of fast food. Have it your way, which was first introduced all the way back in 1974.
May I help you, sir?
2 Whoppers, 2 Whopper Juniors, and 4 Coca-Cola. And would I have to wait long if you made 1 Whopper with no pickle and no lettuce?
No, sir. Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. All we ask is that you let us serve it your way.
Wait a minute, where have I heard that before? Oh my god, that's...
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day.
So that series of commercials that became a giant meme was actually based on their original commercials?
We can serve your rolled beef Whopper, fresh with everything on topper. Any way you think is proper, have it your way.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, Burger King has been telling us have it your way since 1974.
Of course, there's always my way. I would like a Whopper with cheese, bacon, and jalapenos. And no dill pickles, please. We spirits are frightfully sensitive to dill brine.
And again, that's so long as your way mostly includes removing things you don't want, because adding anything is gonna cost you extra.
Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, special orders don't upset us.
Burger King's latest big campaign has prominently featured their president, Tom Curtis, who does actually know how to take a big bite of a burger, unlike some fast food CEOs I can think of.
All right, the moment of truth. That is so good.
The goal is to bring the restaurant back to what made people love them in the first place. This includes a new and improved Whopper, as well as a competition where fans can submit ideas for a limited time Whopper. But this competition isn't the first time Burger King has asked their fans to create their dream Whopper. And while the company is looking to the future, a relic of their past is quietly fading away. Back in the mid-2000s, fast casual restaurants like Chipotle and Five Guys were exploding in popularity, and Burger King decided they wanted a piece of the action. They would take the concept of have it your way to a whole new level, And in 2009, they opened the world's first BK Whopper Bar right here at Universal Orlando's Citywalk.
So, without any further ado, with His Majesty's permission, I am going to ask him and his court to christen the world's first Whopper Bar.
This was meant to be a more upscale Burger King concept that could be suitable for high traffic locations such as Citywalk, but also New York City, Miami, and Las Vegas. When I first heard the name BK Whopper Bar, I was under the impression that it was kind of a Fuddrucker situation where you get the base burger and cheese, but then can go down the line of the toppings bar and load it up with whatever you want. Or something like Chipotle where you go down the line and tell them what you want on your burger as they're putting it together. But it turns out, no, it's really just an open kitchen setup. I would understand wanting to keep the more premium toppings like the cheese, guacamole, bacon, and stuff like that behind the counter, but yeah, it turns out the Whopper Bar isn't actually a bar. Still, what made it unique was that they used to have a much more sizable list of toppings. The original list had a few free toppings like jalapenos and regular onions, as well as sauces: barbecue, A1, angry, bourbon, blackened, Cajun, and Thousand Island. Or as I like to call it, In-N-Out spread. And no, it's not the same thing as Big Mac sauce. Big Mac sauce doesn't have ketchup in it. Anyways, the premium toppings cost extra. The menu I'm looking at from 2016 says that they were 50 cents each. They had 2 different kinds of bacon, 5 or 6 different kinds of cheese, and then other toppings like sauteed mushrooms, grilled onions, angry onions, crispy onions, and of course, guacamole. Wow, those prices seem insanely good compared to today's standards. What do you mean you could get a combo with a drink at a theme park for $6.29? But the build your own burger thing ends up being a bit of a racket if you want a decent amount of toppings. Obviously, I understand why places will charge more for premium toppings like guac or queso, but I feel like Burger King really missed the point of a fast casual restaurant like this. The build your own Whopper could have easily been priced a little higher to offset the cost of letting you potentially put every topping on your burger to truly give you a custom experience. You could truly, have it your way. What would a burger with every topping they originally offered even look like though? Well, one of the few pieces of information I found out about any of the other Whopper Bar locations was this hilarious and terrifying write-up on Vice by Josh Schneider about his regrettable experience of doing exactly that at the Times Square Whopper Bar.
The New York location is referred to as the flagship, I guess because it has a second level, which was closed when I arrived. The place was covered with refuse and trash. Every surface was layered with a film of grime. When I arrived at around 8 on a Monday night, there was a small line that took forever to move. Clearly this wasn't fast food, ha ha ha. Finally, I reached the front. G'day mate, what toppings do you want? All of them please, every topping. Sitting down at the table, I hefted the monstrosity into my hands. I swear this thing weighed nearly 5 pounds, and it reeked. Oof. The burger itself felt cold at the bottom, and the sickly sweet whiff I got when I opened the container burned my eyes and churned my guts. The bun was quickly growing saturated with sauces and juices and was melting into my hands. The guacamole was seeping like green snot, and the other sauces were running together, congealing into a shiny brown coating. Oh, I had every intention of putting this entire beast inside of my body, for some reason. But when I took my first bite, I knew instantly that something was wrong, because apparently the appearance didn't give that away. And I immediately spit it out, retching uncontrollably before heaving over the side of the booth. The intense sweetness and sourness tingled and burned even after I spat it out. My fingers were coated with guacamole and ketchup dripped down my forearms like blood. I grabbed my medium soda and tried to rinse my mouth out. The thing before me seemed to be digesting itself. The acids and the sauces were melting the burger, bun, and cheeses together into a slurry, evolving before my eyes into a food group yet undiscovered by scientists. I figured if I took a quick little bite and chewed it up real quick, I could force it down my craw into my gullet and maybe make some progress. No such luck. As soon as the horrible experiment entered my mouth, my tongue instinctively forced it back out in an effort to keep its host alive. There was something about the acidity levels in the Whopper that made my body reject it on a cellular level, the way a body would reject a heart transplant from a monkey. On the train ride home, I felt lightheaded and woozy, and I didn't crap normally for the next 18 hours. It's days later and my perception of all food, from street vendors to lobster, has changed. I still have a hint of that hideous, overwhelming flavor in the back of my throat every time I swallow. I thought I was going to consume a Whopper that day, but it turned out the Whopper consumed me.
Honestly, that's not bad. I'd have another one.
The only other information I could find out is that the Times Square location closed in 2012 due to severe health code violations. Wait, 2012? When did Schneider go to the Times Square location?
Oh my goodness! Squidward!
As time marched on, all the other locations closed or were unceremoniously reverted to more traditional Burger Kings. I can barely even find any information about any of the other locations, which tells me that nobody really gave a damn. Yeah, it turns out that the Burger King Whopper Bar didn't make the splash they were hoping for in the fast casual scene. The other fast casual places offer a higher quality experience for a similar price tag without being associated with the Burger King brand that's often thought of as being lower quality and uncool. Thankfully, even as all the other locations quietly closed or were converted back to traditional Burger Kings, the Universal location was able to maintain health, safety, and quality standards for 17 years. But on April 10th, 2026, it was announced that the world's first and last Burger King Whopper Bar would be closing later that month on April 21st. And in its place would be Five Guys Burgers and Fries, another fast casual burger chain. But what is the experience like at the world's first Whopper Bar today? Well, the only thing I've ever ordered from here before was some fries, so I decided I should find out. Doing the math, with 20 possible options, the original number of combinations comes out to 1,048,576 possible combinations, so this sign about there being over 1 million possible combinations was correct. But by 2026, the list of toppings has dwindled down to just American cheese, Swiss cheese, bacon, guacamole, jalapenos, crispy onions, and onion rings. And they're not listing the sauces on there anymore. So with 7 toppings, that 1 million possible combinations comes crashing down to just 128. I would say they should change the sign, but it's just a little too late for that. Out of all of these items, only 2 of them aren't currently offered on the Burger King menu as an upgrade to the standard Whopper. And actually, the crispy onions are an asterisk because while you can't get them as an addition to a normal Whopper, they are on the Maple Bourbon Barbecue Whopper as I'm recording this. And all of the toppings, including the jalapenos, which were previously free, cost 89 cents. Which could add up pretty quickly if you wanted to get every topping. It'd be $20.22 before tax to get all of the toppings on your burger. The upside is that today, that likely wouldn't lead to an eldritch horror abomination straight out of Halloween Horror Nights collaboration with Burger King. Although more realistically, it would be 1933 since getting both kinds of cheese would be overkill. I decided I'd get the Angry Whopper and add guacamole to it. Okay, so I got an Angry Whopper with the addition of guacamole, and the total came out to a little over $15, so it's actually, I think, cheaper significantly than if I had tried to do the same thing a la carte, which again kind of defeats the whole purpose of the fast casual Whopper Bar idea. This is a hefty burger, so for what it's worth, at least I feel like I'm definitely getting what I paid for in terms of a big beefing burger. And whoa, oh my god. Okay, hang on. Look at this. This is crazy. I mean, this does look kind of terrifying, but that's mostly because the guacamole kind of makes it look not very appetizing, even though I love guacamole. I also don't know how well it's gonna hold together when I actually take a bite of this thing. Yeah, so they have a California Whopper that has the guacamole on it, but I decided I wanted to do the Angry Whopper because I like spicy stuff. So I figured the jalapenos with the guac would be really good. I love pickled jalapenos. I mean, it's honestly pretty darn good. Like, this is quite possibly one of the messiest burgers I've ever had. But it tastes very good. I mean, it does taste just like, Burger King. Yeah, the guac is everywhere. It's on the bottom of the bun. Yeah, Burger King, you should really make this a permanent item because it's very good. I kind of wish I had like a toothpick to like hold this thing together. Well, now I'm sad because that was actually incredible. That was seriously the best burger I've ever had from Burger King. And Five Guys doesn't have guacamole as one of their toppings, so you couldn't get anything like that from Five Guys. Unless you got a side of guacamole from Moe's and put it on your burger, that would actually be pretty great. Oh, and if you got queso, you could do queso and guacamole? Dude, like a nacho burger? Launching a spin-off brand is tricky because it should be complementary to your existing business while still giving people a different experience. Cracker Barrel is a full restaurant and gift shop, while Maple Street Biscuit Company is a fast casual operation focusing on biscuit sandwiches. KFC is mainly about traditional fried chicken, while Saucy is all about chicken tenders and sauces, and they have a variety of different items you can't get at KFC. The Whopper Bar was really just a Burger King with extra toppings. And perhaps the most poetic part of this tale is that the Burger King Whopper Bar will be replaced by one of the restaurants it was trying to imitate in the first place. Farewell, BK Whopper Bar. You weren't ahead of your time, but I applaud you for at least trying something new.